Well, Denzel Washington, he recently did The Equalizer 3.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see the movie, by the way?
No.
Okay.
No, I didn't see it. I saw the first one.
I mean, Denzel's 69 years old right now.
Oh, is he?
Yeah. I mean, who's the other one who's notorious for this? Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson.
Liam Neeson. He's 103 years old and still doing boxing movies and MMA movies and so forth.
Yeah.
I'm joking, but yeah, he's still, I think he finally announced he's going to stop doing action movies.
Okay.
Yeah, hold on. Let me see Liam.
Yeah, I don't tune in for a lot of those movies.
Liam Neeson is 72.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I have watched I really like Liam Neeson.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, because it's really just like when Clint Eastwood was still doing stuff until recently, but it's still his it's his presence.
Yeah,
you know, and I believe it's the same thing with Denzel. There's a presence there, that it's an alpha male presence that you don't see very often.
Well, recently Josh Brolin, he did an interview where he talked about almost getting into a fist fight with Denzel while filming American Gangster.
Mm-hmm.
You heard about this?
No.
Okay, so he basically said that while filming, Denzel wanted to change the structure of some of his lines. Not really change the lines, but just change the way they kind of came together.
Mm-hmm.
So he said, it wasn't that many lines, mostly mine. And, I'm supposed to be super confident. It's Denzel Washington. It's not easy. You're just this actor trying to try out, at that point. And he forgot a line. And he put his hand on Denzel's shoulder and said, "What's the line?" Denzel smacked his hand off and said, "Don't fucking put your hand on me." And he was like, "Holy shit, I'm going to scrap with Denzel Washington. This is crazy. We're not actors anymore." At least in my mind. In his mind, he was just doing his job. And he basically said later on, he kind of realized that Denzel was sort of in the character, Frank Lucas.
Oh, okay.
And so forth. And after he said, "Are you okay?" And he was like, "Yeah, you?" He said, "Yeah." He said, "Yeah, can I get my line?" He said, "Yeah, go for it."
Right, yeah.
And so then they just kind of worked it out. But he said at that moment, there's almost a fist fight between Josh Brolin and Denzel.
Yeah, I think Denzel puts himself into these things, and he kind of probably, because you think about it, it's like the coincidence that he has similar lines in a lot of movies. Get your hands off me. He says that, and I guarantee, I guarantee you that you, like, he will, it's like, there's a thing that says Denzel guarantees. Like, you can pull it up. And then he's like, you'll see that he fits that in. It's like a certain style that he has with that. And I think, so when those same lines appear in movie after movie, you kind of go, okay, I think he's doing that. He's catering it to himself.
What do you call that? Is it character acting, where you're basically in character from the moment you step on?
Oh, you're talking about method acting.
Method acting. There we go, method acting. And I remember when I interviewed the Hughes brothers, I asked them about this, and I think they said Denzel's one of those method actors, but not to the point
I
where
don't believe so.
No, because they did was the book of Eli? Yeah, and he said that basically Denzel was method acting during that role, but he said he didn't do it to the point where it would aggravate everyone else.
Mm-hmm.
He kind of kept it a little bit to himself. But have you ever experienced like method acting? Do you method act, by the way?
No, not me.
Okay, have you been around method actors while doing movies?
A few times. I think I kind of blanked it out. Not many times. I've seen Denzel on set. I remember I visited him a few times. And there's a style to him. But I didn't. I saw him on. First time I ever saw him on set was John Q. And we were both in Canada at the time. I was doing Exit Wounds at the same time, and we would hang out. But yeah, I see that, and I look for that time where I can start really being. That's why I'm looking at, like, I'm happy that I'm doing things that are more like myself now, because with the luxury that Denzel can apply himself in these things and it fits. That's something that I always look forward to being able to do. Because like I love like I used to, whenever I would talk to Denzel, we'd have these real long conversations, even if we're just passing, but we end up with a long conversation because he's just such a deep thinker. And but one thing I really enjoy to him is that, you know, he has that thing where he could make 1 and 1 equal 5. and in Training Day, it's just so cool. Like, cause that's the guy that I encountered like that, you know, and he's another person that, you know, what they tell you this and they, you know, he's like that they thing, but he can manipulate things and it's just so seductive. And that's what he brings to his character is fascinating.